I've changed, I've scratched a lot of things out, and I've reblamed it, and then it just came to it's good to talk. It's good to talk. And today I'm going to share with you a bunch of stuff that's on my heart, and things are important to me, and maybe the way I know Jesus will show you maybe a way that you can love Jesus, or use Jesus to you and use Jesus to me. Through that, maybe you can realize who it is. Okay, I'm going to read you a passage. I just want to go open your Bible to 1 Corinthians 3 from verse 11. I'm going to start reading. For no one can lay a foundation other than which is laid, which is Jesus Christ. Now if anyone builds on a foundation with gold, silver, precious stones, wood, hay, straw, each one's work will become manifest, for the day will come to disclose it, because it will be revealed by fire. What have you built in your foundation? What has the fire shown you? It's a scary thing when you start thinking about it, because you all like to think that you're in the fire. Well, most of you. And no, God's testing you in different ways, and then what's showing? This whole week I've been, and we've been doing this thing, and it ends tonight. So it's been a revealing time for me this last last 3 weeks or so, and I'm glad I did it. And a lot of things came to light that I thought I dealt with, and then I didn't deal with, and then I have to deal with it again. But it's all good, man. Under fire is something that I wouldn't say I prefer all the time, but I do prefer God showing me what I should work on. That's where I am at in my life. So, as I walk this road with Jesus, and obviously I built my foundation out of a whole lot of things, maybe most of it's straw. And when I got here, the fire burnt and there was nothing left. I had nothing to build on. I had to get rid of all the gunk inside before I can start rebuilding it. And that's why some of you are here. And the thing is, I only called on the Lord when I wanted something. Look, all of you, most of you, want this time you have to go so quickly that you miss while you are here. I hear it, even people at the end of their programs, I can hear, like this last 2 weeks, this last month, oh my word, it's so tough. And I look around, and Vanessa's message on Friday night with the Shabbat is true, man. It's, we've given up enough. We have lost enough. We came second too many times. At the moment you are beaten. Not defeated, but beaten. And the fire has shown that you've got a lot of stuff that you need to work on. And what better place to do it while you connect with the creator of everything around you? Amen. Than this place. I've seen some very, very, very cool things with my time here. I wouldn't give it up for anything. I said the other day, this is maybe one of the top 5 things I do in my life. I think this is right up there now, so close to it. Number 1 thing I've done in my life. I cannot understand sometimes why I never won. But you're here to reconnect, to build a new foundation, to build on anything that you like, but first seek the kingdom of God and everything shall be possible. Then, your circumstances will change. This is a season of your life. It's not the end of the world. you'll find another thing to be miserable about and upset about. Things will push you away from you, push you towards flipping using again. You know, even if you think that you'll never be tested once you leave here. It's very, very, I had this conversation with someone the other day. These 6 months are just a foundation. It's not what it is. You get the tools here to do whatever you like when you leave here. But first and utmost, it's to reconnect with Jesus. That's it. I can tell you while I stand here tonight that I've tried many things to quench this thirst in my heart, or plug the hole, whatever you want to call it. Many things. None of it did. Some of you are ready to give up in this room today. Because you ran out of tuck money. Don't get your meds at 9 o'clock but 9:05.
Yes.
You know, I was in a rehab once where I was on sleeping tablets, all kinds of stuff. The meds were dealt at around at 8:30. You know, I started getting anxious at 8 o'clock. Anxious, bro. Oh, I can't just be now. I can just call it now. Anxious, bro. Think that will make me feel better. The worries are still there in the morning. All kinds of meds, flipping, tranquilizers, antidepressants. But the very thing that gave me those things is the very thing I didn't stop doing, which was a copious amount of drugs. I used the medication to go through things so I could keep on using. I could blame the medication's not right. I must tweak it. Can't have that, I must have this. Jesus never changes. He changes, he's the same yesterday, today and tomorrow. Hebrews 13 verse 8, it's the same. Same guy. Same guy I know, it's the same God. Doesn't change for me. He's the same, he's faithful in everything that he does. The only thing that stays the same is knowing that we're all unstable. You know, it's a certainty. We all go through certain levels of our lives all the time, and every different version of your life will need a different level of you. Everything that you go through, every trial that you go through, in gaming terms we call it level up. What do you give your love to? What is it that, you know, I did a thing not too long ago about, you know, what do you do in secret? And what do you do when no one's looking? Yes, Bruno, I've had this committee this week was an absolute, was something. About what goes on when there's no monitors around, what goes on when there's nothing, when there's no, the monitors are involved. Talking about integrity. You know, Warren Buffett said that he looks for 3 things in a person before he hires them: integrity, integrity, hard working, and attitude. If you don't have the first one, don't even bother. In this room, there are 90% of you cannot be trusted. It's the label that you carry around. And only your action shows that differently. What you do in secret is who you are. You know that. What you show me is something different. But God has given us all bits of discernment and can see through all life's little things there. you think about, what you talk about when no one's looking. That's you, Roo. And the thing is that the quicker you realize that no one in this room is your friend, the better. I'm serious, Roo. You know how many times I've seen people flipping bond while they are here, and then high in our water, you know, they're going to be the bestest friends ever in the world. And I had some of them, don't get me wrong, I had some of them. Some of them are still here. Just give a hand to Frikkie and Kevin. But you guys will listen to this dude next to you, my man. Listen, don't do that. Don't really know what they're talking about. Don't listen to them. Don't listen. Our heart, Jericho's heart, is to make sure that you recover the best of our ability.
Amen.
Jesus is the true counselor. Ungratefulness is another thing that comes to mind. And as I told you guys the other day, you know how many phone calls we get a week from people that don't have any money? Everybody with a sadder story than the next one. You know how difficult to tell people to duck? Can't help you, I'm sorry. But each one of you in these chairs are opportunity to change your life. Still you walk through your sulking because you left a bottle in the dining hall and you got a day's extras. Ungrateful, man. Go out of our ways. You got. People in the Bible and today are giving their lives, their love to this. Check this out. Check where you fit in one of these verses. So it says, John 3 verse 19 says, this is the verdict, light has come into the world, but people love darkness instead of light because their deeds were evil. It's one. Maybe you're a child of darkness. Then, John 12 verse 43. For they love human praise more than praises from God. Care more what these people think in these chairs about what God thinks about you. Care more than this person that you'll never see in your life again. Than what God thinks. Luke 11 verse 43. Vow to the Pharisees because you love the most important seats in the synagogues, respectful greetings in the marketplaces. Care about sitting at the back. I've seen it all before. I sit at the back, it means I've made it. You know, Lawrence taught me this, and I've seen it. Obviously after he told me. But the further people grow in their recoveries, the further they move away from the pulpit. I don't think they need Jesus and things anymore because Jesus is in front, they need him more than I do. Love not the world. 1 John 2 verse 15. Do not love the world or anything in it. If anyone loves the world, love from the Father is not in him. If I can just find a job, I'll be fine. If I can just find a girlfriend, I'll be fine. If I just find a husband, I'm fine. If I just have kids, I'll be fine. Experience has shown me many times, kids will never stop you using. I've seen people run away here for their kids. They were in use before they even saw them. cried in my office. Can't live without them. Ran away from rehab, used for 3 days without even showing his face. The only thing that will stop you using is Jesus. I'm not even kidding. I don't want to disappoint him. I'll try my best not to disappoint him. That's a decision that I make. It's not easy. Still fall short in so many ways. Do we love God? Is it? See you all shake your head. Tell me why. Everybody went, oh, I love him. All my heart. Why?
Because he told me.
Why? Why do you love him? That's my question.
Because he loves you, love us.
He loves you.
He has another chance. Love you first. You tell Allah, our Father.
Okay. I'm going to put this nicely. Are you prepared to put God's will above yours? Are you? Are you there? Are you there in your life that you can say, honestly, bro, God, do what you like with me. I'm out. What do you think about what you hear? Derek and myself had this conversation the other day, and my brew, it was a very cool conversation. Do you know that I can't do anything, or I can't imagine anything, I cannot draw anything or speak of anything greater than God's will for my life? There's nothing greater for... I want nothing else than His will in my life. Nothing else. He knows what's good for me, Rue. He knows what road I should take. He's the one holding my hand through it. Sometimes they... Fellowship. Friendship. Think about it. Your will, your mind and emotions, your soul, everything that you thought, everything that you did, everything that you kind of talked about, or what you want to do with your life, we all want to talk. Ain't it you have? That's what kind of will you had for your life. What's the saying, these cheese? And it sucked. For the first while. And then after I surrendered, it was a different story. After I understood that I don't know anything, because somehow when you're in addiction, you think that you know everything and how things work. I've known a couple of engineers, doctors. I'm a doctor myself, I'm kidding. But I mean, we pick up this thing where nobody can tell us anything. We become unteachable. You know what the first thing happens when you become prideful about something? You know what the first thing disappears? Your ability to listen. Not even here, just listen. Doesn't matter what wisdom I speak or what someone else speaks while they're here. You just don't listen to it. Could change your life instantly. And then the first chance that you can prove your trust again, then you bomb. Oh. And that happens, yeah. I've seen people throw away everything just on a weekend. You know, your weekend's not ready for you. The weekend's for your loved ones and sponsors. You know, it's nice for you to get out of here and those kind of things. Sure, but they're concerned. You have no idea while you guys are sitting and what's happening in the background. Constant phoning, WhatsApping, messaging, asking if things are okay. Is this alright? Is that alright? Is that alright? Wondering if you're okay. You don't have tap money. 10 days in, 1,500 back. Just phone them, Jacques. Can't smoke. Can't recover. Because the money that they give you just squander. They'll pay more, man. Just ask them, they'll be fine. I'll just do it.
Just like before.
Meanwhile, they're backing. You know what kind of plans people make to get you here? You know, we are under the standard of cost-wise. We're underneath it, or the par level, whatever, price-wise. We're one of the cheapest in the, you know. And it's still 10 clips a month. Now, I don't know about yours, but they had to make some plans to get you here. And they do it out of the best of their ability, best of their hearts. Because they want you to get well. The investment in you. I had this conversation with Brian. They're investing money in you to change your life. They knew how you were before. They know how you now. They want their sons and daughters back. Husbands and wives, fathers. If you're sitting in this chair, you have a long way to go. Don't be naive. Things of God are difficult to get back once you lost them. Trust is huge. Huge thing. And the thing is, when you're leaving, you think immediately you must be trusted. No, Mom, I'm just going to the shop. Just give me $200, I'm fine. Meanwhile, she's having a heart attack. Can't get this stuff. Where's he going to go? It's like, you're flipping 3 minutes late. It's like the cops are there. Trust is earned. And the only way you do it is by being accountable.
Amen.
There is nothing better than God's will and favor in your life. Absolutely nothing. No girlfriend, no wife, no husband, no kids will fulfill that or give you that kind of joy. I can tell you, I promise. But when Jesus is in you and you in Him, He gives you that joy, He gives you everything that your heart desires. So obviously, yes, being a father, those kind of things are very, very cool. Having kids are very, very cool. Having a wife and a husband are cool things. But knowing that Jesus gave them to you just makes it so much cooler. Seek His will for your life. Drop to your knees and pray. I read a quote one time. It says, real men pray from they'll fight from their knees. The thing is, I was so broken when I got here. Pieces, stuck in. It's only by the grace of God that I can stand here. I tell you guys this a lot. But it's the truth. There's nothing more that I can tell you guys. I surrendered. We are all so unhappy because we can't get what we want, like a child. No, that's what children do. You're in rehab, you kind of hate it because you missed the point of it, and now you sulk and moan like a kid. And and I don't know why we think that we're entitled to all these things. You don't want to be here. 6 months is such a long time, or even a year is such a long time, but you know, this is what it will take for you to change your life. It's what it will take for you, for your parents to start trusting you again. This is what it will take from them, or you, to make them, I don't know, sort out things again. Some of you don't have a choice, don't get me wrong. Go to 2 Corinthians 12. Well, let's start here. Hang on a second. So listen to this. This comes from James. James, it says, "Who is wise and understanding among you? By his good conduct, let him show his works in the meekness of wisdom." What has your conduct shown so far? Actually, what I'm trying to do, maybe it's snap you out of your denial, because your conduct so far has shown that at this stage you really, really need help. But if you have bitter jealousy, selfish ambitions in your heart, do not boast and be false to the truth. It is not the wisdom that comes down from above, but is earthly, unspiritual, demonic. For where jealousy and selfish ambition exist, there will be disorder and every vile practice. But the wisdom from above is first pure, peaceable, gentle, open to reason, full of mercy and good fruits, impartial and sincere, and as a harvest of righteousness is sown in peace by those who make peace. Amen. So what should you think about while you're here? You know why your prayers don't get answered, some of them? Listen to this. What causes fights and quarrels among you? Nice question. What causes fights and quarrels among you? The answer will come. Don't they come from your desires that battle within you? You desire, but do not have, so you kill. You covet, but you cannot get what you want, so you quarrel and fight. You do not have because you do not ask God. When you ask, you don't receive because you ask with wrong motives. That you may spend what you get on your pleasures. Please, Lord, let this time go quickly past. I don't want to be here. No. I sent you here. So this is how long it's going to take me to fix things at home that you've messed up. I'm going to send you away for 6 months so I can fix this. And then I'll bring you back. Okay. Almost done. Got one more thing to read. This is a cool thing. Then, Philippians 4 verse 8. Finally, brothers and sisters, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, if anything is of excellence or praiseworthy, think about such things. What should you think about? Whatever is right, whatever is noble, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is admirable, whatever is excellent or praiseworthy, think of such things. Not about how much doo-doo you made. These are the things you should think about. Not late on meds. Not late on meds. Or 4 o'clock bell. When life is hard, don't always assume that you're doing something wrong. When things are tough, doesn't mean that you're always doing something wrong. You only grow when things are like messy. Hey? It's the only place that you grow. I don't anything that grows in a comfort zone. Nothing grows there. Most of you out of your comfort zone because you're not at home, you can't manipulate your mom or dad or whatever. God sent you here for a minimum of 6 months. Because He needs this time, He needs this long time to sort things out at home. Amen. Waiting is the test. Waiting is your test, not being in rehab for 6 months. Just the time. The test is the waiting for things to come right. And if you fail in that test, you'll do it again. Give out a fail. If you don't pass it, you must do it again. Go to Proverbs 24 verse 16. For the righteous falls 7 times and rises again, but the wicked stumble in times of calamity. Another version says the godly may trip 7 times, but they will get up again. But one disaster is enough to overthrow the wicked. You are built to get up again. You are built to dust yourself off.
Which proverb is that, Jacques?
Sorry?
Which proverb is that?
24:16. Yeah. Do you want to know how much God loves you? Hey? So this is a thing that I found. I was busy. I remember Uncle Derek read something like this, but it was about a soldier or something. I can't remember correctly. But these are all Bible verses, right? 3 pages or 2.25 page of Bible verses. Let's see if I can get through this without getting emotional. A love letter from God to you. Start with, my child, you may not know me, but I know everything about you. I know when you sit down and I know when you rise up. I am familiar with all your ways. Even the very hairs on your head are numbered, for you were made in my image. In me you live and move and have your being, for you are my offspring. I knew you even before you were conceived. I chose you when I planned creation. You were not a mistake, for all your days are written in my book. I determined the exact time of your birth and where you would live. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. I knit you together in your mother's womb. I brought you forth on the day you were born. I have been misinterpreted by those who don't know me. I'm not distant or angry, but I'm completely expressive of love. And it's my desire to lavish you with love. Simply because you are my child and I am your father. I offer you more than your earthly father ever could. For I am your perfect father. Every good gift that you receive comes from my hand. For I am your provider and meet all your needs. My plan for your future has always been filled with hope. Because I love you with an everlasting love. My thoughts toward you are countless as the sands on the seashore. I rejoice over you with singing. I will never stop doing good to you, for you are my treasured possession. I desire to establish you with all my heart and all my soul. And I want to show you great and marvelous things. If you seek me with all your heart, you will find me. Delight in me, and I'll give you the desires of your heart. For it is I who give all those desires. I am able to do more than you could ever possibly imagine. For I am your greatest encourager. I am also your Father who comforts you in your troubles. When you are broken-hearted, I am close to you. As a shepherd carries a lamb, I have carried you close to my heart. One day I will wipe away all your tears from your eyes. I'll take away all the pain you have suffered on earth. I am your Father, and I will love you, even as I love my Son Jesus. For in this Jesus, my love for you is revealed. For in this Jesus, my love for you is revealed. He's the exact representation of my being. He came to demonstrate that I am for you, not against you, and tell you that I'm not counting your sins. Jesus died so you and I could be reconciled. His death was ultimate expression of my love to you. I gave up everything I loved that you might gain your love. If you receive the gift of my Son Jesus, you receive me. And nothing will ever separate you from my love again. Come home and I'll throw the biggest party heaven has ever seen. I have always been Father and will always be Father. My question is, will you be my child? I'm waiting for you. Love, your Dad, Almighty God.
Amen.